darkness, doesn't it? Like a weight pressing down on your chest, a voice whispering in your mind, a storm that refuses to break. You tell yourself to keep going, but every step feels heavier, every breath harder to take. And the cruelest part, the world keeps moving while you feel like you're sinking slowly, silently, unseen. It's not that you don't want to move forward. It's that the weight of your thoughts holds you down like chains you didn't ask for. You question everything, your choices, your worth, your very existence. And it whispers in your ear at night, doesn't it? You're not enough. You never were, but let me tell you something. Those whispers are not your truth. They are pain pretending to be your voice. They are lies dressed as certainty, and they feed on your doubt. I've stood in that darkness too. I trusted someone once, a mentor. Man I respected, someone I thought had my best interests at heart. For years I followed his lead, believing I was on the path to greatness. The day came when I discovered the truth. He had been using me, manipulating me, building his empire on my effort and my loyalty. When I confronted him, he turned his back as if I had never mattered. And that's when the whispers came. You were a fool. You should have known better. Doubt took hold of me. Overthinking poisoned every thought. My mind became my prison. And the weight of my failure kept me chained to the ground. I thought, what's the point of fighting when the world is so quick to forget you? But here's what I realized: the world does not define you. The lies in your mind do not own you. You may feel broken now, but you are not beyond repair. You may feel trapped, but there is always a way out. Truth is this: the darkness only wins if you stop moving. Even when you can't see the path, even when it feels like you are crawling, every inch forward is a victory. You don't have to carry the whole world on your shoulders. You only need to focus on this moment, this step, this breath. Because small steps are how you begin to take your life back. The thoughts that weigh you down, challenge them. When your mind tells you you are worthless, fight back and say, no, I have value. When it whispers, you'll never escape this, respond with, this is not forever. Because here is something the darkness doesn't want you to know: every storm runs out of rain. Every night ends with the first light of dawn, and you are still here, still breathing, still fighting. That is not weakness, it is strength beyond measure. You might feel like you are standing alone, but you are not. There are others fighting the same battle, carrying the same weight. And one day you will look back on this struggle not with shame, but with pride. Because you survived, you fought, you endured. And that, my friend, is something no one can take from you. I know the voices in your head are loud. I know they tell you the pain will never end. But listen to me, pain is not your enemy. Pain is the proof that you are alive. It is the fire that tests you, forges you, shapes you into something unbreakable. Diamonds are born under pressure. Steel is strengthened by fire. And you are becoming both. So take a deep breath. You may feel lost, but you are not hopeless. You may feel broken, but you are not beyond repair. This moment, as painful as it is the beginning of your rise. The darkness wants you to forget your power, but I will not let you. Because this pain, it is temporary. This struggle, it is preparing you for something greater. And when you take back your power, when you refuse to let the whispers win, you will become something they never saw coming. You will rise from this stronger, wiser, and untouchable. You carry it all, don't you? The guilt, the shame, the questions that never stop. What if I had done something different? What if I had been stronger, smarter, better? Your mind becomes a battlefield where every thought is a weapon, turning against you, dragging you deeper into the dark. But let me tell you something, there is no greater liar than regret. Regret will convince you that the past should have been different, that you should have been perfect. It wants you to believe you were the problem. But listen to me, you are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the moments that broke you. You are the person who survived them. Overthinking is what keeps you chained to the past. It turns your pain into endless loops of what ifs and should haves. But no amount of regret will ever change what has already happened. What you can change is what happens next. Every time you look back and replay the hurt, you are letting the past steal more of your time. Time that you can never get back. Do you realize that? You're not losing moments because of others. You're losing them because you are holding on to what cannot be undone. The chains you feel are not physical, they are the ones you wrap around yourself every time you let the past decide your future. Let me ask you something. If you saw someone carrying a boulder on their back, dragging it across a field, would you not tell them to put it down? That boulder is the past, and you are the one choosing to carry it. You can set it down at any time. It won't be easy, but you are strong enough to let go. Here's what you must know. The weight of the past will not define you unless you let it. Your failures, they were lessons. Your pain, it was a teacher. Everything you've been through has prepared you for what comes next. Do not dishonor that pain by letting it hold you down. You say you can't let go because you don't know who you'll be without it. That's the fear talking. That's the darkness lying to you, trying to convince you that you are nothing without your suffering. But what if I told you this? You are more than your pain. You are more than your mistakes. Your story does not end here. I know it's hard to believe when you're standing in the wreckage, but your future is still yours to shape. Let me tell you something else. Your best moments are not behind you. They are still out there, waiting for you to claim them. But you cannot reach them while you are still holding on to the past. Take this truth to heart. The world will not hand you peace of mind. It will not give you closure. You have to create it. Forgive yourself for what you did not know, for the times you stumbled, for the moments you were not at your best. That forgiveness is not weakness, it is liberation. It is the key to breaking free from the prison of regret. Do you hear me? You are not weak for letting go. You are strong for choosing to rise. You are brave for deciding that your story will not end in this place. Yes, the pain you've endured has shaped you, but it will not define you. It will not own you. And when you start to let go of the past, when you stop replaying the old wounds, something incredible will happen. The weight will begin to lift. Your steps will feel lighter. Your mind will become clearer. The chains will loosen. And you will finally see that the future is still yours. Whispers of doubt, they will not disappear overnight. They will still try to creep in, telling you you can't move on, but the moment you take that first step forward, the whispers lose their power. They become echoes of a past that no longer controls you. So let me remind you, you are stronger than you know. You have already endured so much, and you are still here. That is not by accident. That is because there is more for you to do, more for you to become, more for you to live for. Do not let the past steal another moment from you. The world will tell you it's too late, that you've missed your chance, but the world is wrong. As long as you are breathing, you have time. Time to rebuild, time to heal. Time to write the next chapter of your life. Your pain does not own you. Your regret does not define you. What defines you is your decision to keep going, to stand tall, to fight for the life you deserve. And you, my friend, are capable of so much more than you think. You've carried this weight for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to stand without it. You've been so wrapped in the darkness that you've forgotten the warmth of the light. But here is the truth: healing is not about returning to who you were. It is about becoming who you were always meant to be. You may look in the mirror and see someone broken. You may see the scars of your past staring back at you. But those scars, they are not signs of weakness. They are proof of your survival. Proof that even when life tried to tear you apart, you endured. And now those scars are part of your strength, a map of where you've been and a reminder of where you're going. But let me tell you, this healing is not a straight path. It is not a single moment of clarity or a sudden burst of freedom. It is small, deliberate steps, a process of rebuilding yourself piece by piece. And some days it will feel like you've made no progress at all. But even on those days you are moving forward. Even on those days you are winning the fight. Do not rush this process. The world will tell you to move on as if it is as simple as flipping a switch. But healing cannot be forced. You must give yourself the patience you so freely give to others. You must allow yourself to grieve what was, to let go of the pain, and to step into what will be. Because here is what happens when you begin to heal: you rediscover yourself. You remember the things you once loved, the passions you buried, the dreams you left behind. And as you rebuild, you realize that the person you are becoming is stronger, wiser, and far more resilient than the person you were before. You see, when you focus on yourself, on your growth, your goals, your peace, something powerful happens. The world around you begins to shift. The things that once seemed so heavy lose their grip. The voices of doubt grow quieter. And in their place, you hear your own voice clear, strong, and unshakable. This is your time to reclaim what was lost. Time to stop living for everyone else's and start living for yourself. Time to stop apologizing for who you are and start honoring who you've become. This is your life, and you deserve to live it fully, not in the shadow of regret. Not weighed down by what has already passed. Think about it. How many days, weeks, or years have you spent trapped in a moment that no longer exists? How much time have you given to pain, to regret, to people who did not value you? Let me tell you something, those days are gone. They are spent. But today is yours. The time you have now is a gift, and what you do with it will define the life you build moving forward. Take back your time. Take back your power. The world will try to distract you with noise, with doubt, with fear. But you have the freedom to choose what you focus on. You can choose growth over regret. You can choose progress over perfection. You can choose to let go of what does not serve you and pour your time into what truly matters. So start small, take one step, just one. It could be as simple as getting out of bed, taking a walk, or writing down one goal for your future. The point is to move, the point is to act. Because action breaks the cycle. Action silences the whispers. Action reminds you that you are not powerless. And the more you move, the clearer your path will become. The stronger you will feel. The light that seemed so far away will begin to grow. And you will see the possibility, the hope, the future that belongs to you. But hear me now, this healing is not about proving anything to anyone else. It is not about showing the world how strong you are, or seeking validation from those who never understood you. This healing is for you and you alone. And when you begin to heal, when you begin to rise, you will realize that the power was always within you. The time you thought was wasted has become the foundation of your strength. The pain you endured has become the catalyst for your transformation. And the person you are becoming, that person will inspire others to rise as well. You are not too far gone. You are not beyond repair. You are in the middle of the most important battle of your life, and you are winning it. One step, one breath, one moment at a time. The world may not see it yet, but I do. I see the strength in you. I see the fire that refuses to go out. And I promise you this, if you keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps, you will not only survive this darkness, you will rise above it. Time is the most precious thing you have. It slips through your fingers every moment you hesitate, every time you look back, every time you give your energy to something that does not serve you. But here's the truth, the time you have now, no matter how small it feels, is enough to create something extraordinary. The world will try to convince you otherwise. It will whisper, wasted too much time. You've missed your chance, but those are lies. As long as you are breathing, as long as your heart beats, you have time. Time to heal. Time to grow. Time to create the life you deserve. Let me ask you something. What will you do with the time you have left? Will you continue to let the shadows of the past dictate you? Or will you stand up, claim your power, and take back control of your life? Gratitude is the first step. It's easy to look at what you've lost, what you've endured, and feel bitterness. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if you chose to see your struggles as lessons, your pain as growth, and your time as an opportunity to rebuild? Because here's the secret: life doesn't give second chances, it gives endless opportunities. Each day you wake up is a chance to start again. Each breath you take is proof that you are still in this fight. And as long as you keep moving forward, no matter how slowly, you are winning. Yes, the road ahead will be hard. Yes, there will be moments when you stumble, when doubt creeps in, when the weight feels too heavy. But those moments are not the end, they are the proving ground. They are the fire that will forge you into something unbreakable. You may not see it yet, but you are becoming someone extraordinary. The pain you've carried, the struggles you've endured, they are shaping you into a person of immense strength and resilience. And when you look back one day, you will not see failure. You will see a life lived fully, with courage and determination. So let me remind you of this time as not your enemy, it is your ally. It is the space in which you will rise, the arena in which you will fight, and the canvas on which you will paint the story of your life. And let me tell you something else, the life you're building now. It will be worth every tear, every sacrifice, and every step forward. The future waiting for you is brighter than you can imagine, but you must take the first step to claim it. You are not alone in this fight. There are countless others walking this same path, battling their own darkness, searching for hope. And perhaps by sharing this message, you can become the light they need, the voice that reminds them they are not forgotten, that they are not beyond redemption. Yes, share this. Share it with those who need to hear these words. Share it with those who are still searching for the strength to rise, because together we are stronger. Together we remind the world that no one fights alone. And as you move forward, remember this: life will not hand you happiness, you must create it. Life will not shield you from pain, you must endure it. But in doing so, you will find a strength within yourself that no one can take away. The darkness will not last forever. The whispers of doubt will not define you. And the time you thought was lost, it will become the foundation of a life lived with purpose and gratitude. So rise, take the time you have and make it your own. Build a life you always dreamed of, not for anyone else, but for yourself. And when you do, the world will see what it means to turn pain into power, to transform struggle into triumph, to take back the life that is rightfully yours. This is your time. This is your moment, and you, my friend, are unstoppable.